Hello guys and welcome to this video. I'm going to talk extra loud so you can understand me. I'm here currently in beautiful Medellin, Colombia. The weather is perfect. If you want to live in the best city in the world with the best weather, you have to come to Medellin, that's for sure. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Today, this is probably my first YouTube video that I'm recording in that way. I'm going to start with a daily. Today I'm going to share with you my not only the success but also like how I got where I got, because what I realized is once you start to get to know people, you hear all kinds of stories about them where you're like, wow, like I didn't know that this person went through that, I didn't know that this person went through that, you know. I'm living here with Josh, he told me some stories where I'm like, whoa, like now I know why you're such a beast, you know. The greater the pain, the better for you actually in the end, if you use it the right way, obviously. And I don't want to do the same mistake, so I want to put my story out there, because obviously it's always easy to show how good life can get, you know, because life is pretty good right now, to be honest. If I compare it to 2 years ago, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I'm going to live in this beautiful apartment here in Medellin, earning all kinds of money with my own business, and I can literally do whatever I want, and doing whatever you want doesn't mean you do whatever you want, but I could do it. This is enough. Sometimes in life it's enough to know that I could not work today and it would not matter, but you still don't do it. So it's all about freedom. It's about freedom to, if you want to, you don't have to. If I want, I can literally book a plane ticket to whatever city. You can tell me which city I should go fly to and I could just fly there. So that is the kind of freedom that I'm having right now. And I'm sitting on this beautiful balcony and I'm looking at our amazing view, which I'm going to show to you in a second. And I was like, wow, like the last 2 years, what a wild ride it has been. And I want to share with you obviously where we are at right now, but definitely I want to go back and tell what drove me to this point, what drove me to that point where I'm at right now. So first of all, maybe I can just share at what kind of view I'm looking actually, because I don't think a lot of people know it, but this is the view. This is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at from my little sofa. I hope you guys can see it well, but it's beautiful Medellin. Like the weather is perfect. Maybe I can share it. The weather is perfect. You can see it. Like this is the best view you can find essentially in all of Medellin. We have a beautiful apartment. I don't know. It's all glass. I think you can see me here. It's all glass. We have the kitchen, we have the big living room, we have 3 bedrooms. We have this amazing big terrace, which is probably my favorite part of the whole apartment, because look at this view. We're in the 19th floor. We can overlook the whole city, the whole city. And while I'm sitting here, I'm thinking like, man, like a lot has changed over the last 2 years. And I don't only want to show the good stuff, you know. I feel like most people only show what the good things. Oh yeah, I'm living in Medellin, I do all that kind of stuff, you know, blah blah blah. But you know, the things that bring you here are mostly not pleasant. Those are the things that nobody wants to talk about or is afraid to share. So I'm going to share them today with you, in hopes that it inspires other people to open up more as well. Because I believe if people can relate, and maybe you have been in a similar situation, or maybe you're going through what I was going through 2 years ago, you have hope. And I tell you, if you would have told me 2 years ago, because I'm going to talk about the time exactly 2 years ago. We're not talking 1.5 years, 2.5 years, exactly 2 years ago. I made the biggest decision of my life, in the most painful period of my life. And if you would have told me back then that I would be here in my position that I'm in right now, I would have not believed you, and I'm very, very grateful. So the reason why I'm here, let's start. Why, like, what brought me to this place? Because most of the time it's pain. So in my case, it was a lot of pain. 2 years ago, I was living in Barcelona. I had my little apartment, not my own. I just had a room in a shared apartment, and I had a girlfriend, okay, and she was literally my first love of my life, whatever. I was totally in love with her, like crazy. Till this day, I know she was the first true love, and I always never wanted to be in love because I was afraid. But here I am, totally in love, you know, like head over toes. And so I was in love. I had my sales job, and I was the worst at my sales job. I hated my job, but it didn't matter because I had my girlfriend, right? Besides that, I was in okay shape, nothing special, but I had no money. Like, if you're working a normal job, you don't have any money. That is the truth of the universe. Like, if you work a normal job, you don't have money. Like, it's period. So I had no money. I hated my job. They wanted to kick me out of my sales job because my numbers were so bad. I sucked so bad. They were my supervisor essentially told me, hey, look, if you don't improve your performance, we have to kick you out. So I had this happening, and then the only thing which was going great in my life, which was my girlfriend and me being in love, what happened is she just disappeared. So what she did is she told me she wants to go for a weekend in Madrid to some kind of retreat. I was like, okay, cool, go if you want to. And she went there, and on Monday she calls me and she says, hey Sam, I'm not coming back. She couldn't speak English, so she was saying it in Spanish, so I tried to translate it right now, but she essentially called me and said, hey look, I packed all my stuff from Barcelona, I just moved to Madrid, like, this is over, I can't do it anymore, we are done. And that was when I really hit rock bottom, because I still sucked at sales, my job was still shit. Now my girlfriend left me heartbroken. I was crying all day. I was crying for weeks. And the fourth thing that happened is I had no money, and I just lost my apartment, my room in the apartment, and I needed to move in with a friend who was kind enough to let me sleep at his place. And the place was like 1 hour from Barcelona away. So I was essentially in the worst position of my life because they just want to kick me out of my sales job. And I can't describe how bad I felt, especially with my girlfriend, because for me, looking back right now, obviously I know that this was doomed to fail, but she hurt me so much. Like when she decided to stay in Madrid, that was literally because everything else failed before. And I can say, I'm going to tell one story that's going to show how bad it was, or at least how bad it felt to me, was when my parents came to visit me in Barcelona. I was all proud, okay? I was all proud that I had a girlfriend, my first love. My parents always were thinking Sam is never going to have a girlfriend, so now here I am, I have this girlfriend, and I told them like, hey, if you're coming, we can meet, blah blah blah. I asked her, hey, do you want to meet my parents? And she said, yes, of course, I want to meet them. I was like all happy, okay? I was all happy. My parents came to Barcelona, they were excited, my sister was there as well. They were all excited about meeting her, obviously. And I was all excited because I was proud, you know? I was like, oh wow, like first time in my life where I actually loved somebody. And what happened is the day came, I don't know what day it was, but this is essentially 2 years ago, maybe a bit more. No, actually 2 years probably, exactly 2 years ago. And she came, and the day came, and I said to her, hey, we're going to meet here and here at that time. No answer. And I asked her again, like, hey, what's wrong? Replied to me, she didn't answer. She ghosted me the whole day. So then the evening came, my parents were all excited. They're like, hey, where's Anna? Where's your girlfriend? Where's your girlfriend? And I was like, yeah, wait, she's coming. So I said, okay, I'm going to go across the corner and I'm going to call her and whatever. So I went across the corner, I tried to call her, she didn't pick up, and I just sat there, down there, just started to cry because I could not believe how somebody can do that to you, you know? And still till this day, I don't understand it. What has to go through your head to, on one side, agree to seeing your parents, which is a very important moment for anybody, in my opinion, right? And like the knowing that and just ghosting and leaving them alone and with the whole situation. So that's when I knew things are going south. And then 1 month later, she went to Madrid for this retreat, but actually she never came back. So that was the moment where I had so much pain when it come. I was crying. I was on the, like, everything was shit. My job was shit. My performance in the job was shit. My girlfriend just left me. I don't even have an own apartment. I am broke. I have no money, zero money. And I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, how bad can my life get? And in my worst moments, I was scrolling through social media and I rediscovered Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is a multi-billionaire. He's doing a lot of sales coaching, which I needed at that point. So I decided to watch his stuff again. And I went into his program. I paid like $300 to attend one of his programs. And in that $300 program, he pitched us, a lot of people obviously, like he pitched us a $12,000 investment, 1 year coaching, everything, like the whole package. And at that time I was earning around $1,600. My job was at risk. They wanted to kick me out. So not even the $1,600 were actually like safe. Oh yeah, I have a safe job. It was not safe because my performance was shit. So $1,000 for the coaching. I have $600 left when I do it, and my rent was $750. So I'm minus $150 from the first day, and I didn't eat at that point. I had nothing else. No clothes, no food, nothing. And the reason why I did it is because the guy asked, when did you stop believing in yourself? That money became more important than yourself. When did you let money stop you from becoming the best version of yourself? And when did you put more importance on some weird numbers in your bank, which are like, they are like fiction? You have your bank account number and it says a number. It's all fiction. It's just a number on a fucking screen, okay? And he said, when did you start believing more in that stuff than in yourself? That hit me so hard. I decided to sign up, and that was the moment where my life changed. Because at that moment I didn't know what I was doing, but this was literally the turning point in my life. And I went on, I got all scared, all afraid, because obviously you don't know how to pay it. I was thinking, okay, what's the worst case scenario? I have to tell my parents I bought a program for $12,000 with money that I don't have, with a job that I'm bad at. And I just decided this is not going to fail. I failed a lot of sales jobs before, but I told myself I'm not going to quit, and I'm going to make sure that I win in this fucking sales job. So in 6 weeks of fucking committing, I had no money to go out, no friends. Everybody went out partying. I had no money to go out partying. All I did 24/7 was either working, calling clients, or listening to this program. And what it did to me, I went in 6 weeks from worst to best. I channeled all the energy, all the negative energy, and pushed it towards this one thing. In 6 weeks, I went from the worst sales guy to the best. I went from hating the job to loving the job. I went from hating my life to actually feeling proud of myself again, and like seeing an opportunity, seeing that I could do something. And since then, I never stopped investing in myself. And this was the moment my life changed. And you know what's funny? In 10 days, I'm going to meet the guy who changed my life. I paid $14,000 to meet him in person in his $100 million house in Miami Beach. You know? Like, my life has changed so much. If you would have told me that I'm going to meet this guy and I'm going to essentially donate, I'm going to donate $10,000 to his charity. I don't know, like $10,000 was back then when I started. $10,000 was 6 months of my salary. How can you donate $10,000 if that's 6 months of your salary? You will never donate that money because you don't have it. How do you want to pay for it? So it did, like, at that point, I was just hoping to survive, just hoping that I can somehow start being good at my own fucking job, okay? And fast forward to today. After 1 year, I was the best all year. Just quit my job, start my own business, and now I'm doing more in a month in revenue or in income for myself. I'm doing more revenue and income in a month for myself than I used to do in 16 months working 2 years ago. So my income essentially 16 times itself in 2 years. That's the reason why I'm able to live the great life I have. But the reason, that's fine, right? Like, that is cool and everything, and everybody wants it. But you need to understand how do you get to that point? How do you make this drastic change, right? And I've talked to a lot of guys. I have a lot of friends. Josh knows a lot of guys who are making even more money than me. A shit ton of money. I'm talking about, they do more in a month than I earned 2 years ago in 2 years. Like, and those people, it's all the same. It's all a painful story, and they took that pain and transferred it into something else, right? And that's what you need to do. You need to have courage. You need to have the courage to invest in yourself and believe in yourself. If you think investing $1,000 is a lot of money in yourself, you don't believe in yourself. That's what you have to understand. So there's a direct correlation between how much money you invest in yourself and how much do you believe in yourself. You know how much money, how much I believe in myself? Do you guys want to know? I believe so much in myself that over the last 2 years, just this month, I spent $55,000 on myself. That's how much I believe in me. $55,000. And some of you and people can't even invest $50 in themselves. And they wonder why they're broke. You are broke because you don't believe in yourself. You have to take that step of faith and be like, you know what? I don't want this life anymore. I'm going to become great at this one thing, whatever that one thing is. And you go and you crush it. And you burn all bridges and you go hardcore, crazy, obsessed as a fucking, like, you just take all the pain. Your girlfriend just left you. Your job, you got fired. Whatever happened, man. I honestly believe that the heartbreak is the worst thing that happened. Having no money, I had no money while I was in the relationship. I had no money before, I didn't have any money afterwards. But what actually changed everything for me was like loving a girl and seeing her literally destroy me and just don't give a fuck about me, essentially. And I know she didn't give a fuck. Like, I don't know what, like, I still don't understand what she was trying to do with that whole thing, because it makes no sense to me. But like, a heartbreak is probably the best thing that can happen to you. Because the pain, the amount of pain and suffering you're going to feel is way bigger than if you're broke. Like, when I was broke, I suffered, yes, but that heartbreak was 10 times worse than anything else. Whoa. Guys, you want to see something? I hope I can show you. No, I can't. Look, the private jets. I hope you can see it. The private jets are literally flying over our apartment and landing close here in Medellin, man. There's so much money in this world, man. Like, imagine how much money this guy spends to fly in his private jet around. So, this pain is what you need, you know? So if people ask me, I know a lot of people who know me before and after my change, and I would say the number one thing that changed me is the pain. Is using, like, you just use that pain. Actually, today I inflict pain on myself in order to push myself forward, because pain is the greatest motivator. Be it heartbreak, be it some future commitment you have. This is what drives you forward. So out of the worst stuff comes the best if you decide to do it. You need to decide that whatever happened in your life, maybe you're in a situation where you feel a lot of pain and you're like, shit, my life sucks. Just use that pain and ask yourself, what can I do today? What can I do right now to improve my position? What can I do that I have a similar story to tell, where I use that pain, where I can talk about how hurt I was and how it helped me get to a point where I can live wherever I want in the world, earn 10 times more money than I've ever earned, and live truly how I want, and push for more. I'm pushing for more. When I invest $55,000 and I earn like 25, 30K, it's still a lot of money. Most of you, if I invest 50K, it would be like you investing 3K. You guys don't even invest 3K. So investment in yourself is the best. That is the game changer. I invested over the last 2 years over $100,000 in myself. 55,000 of that this month. So you guys can tell I'm serious. And the reason why I do these videos is to show you, is to share my story so everybody can understand where I'm coming from. So once you understand where I'm coming from, if I'm going to show you how great my life gets from here, that you don't get envious, because you know, okay, Sam went through all that shit to get there. I'm not envious of him, because at least he was going through a lot of pain along the way. But if I just share what I got at the end, maybe you're getting envious. Oh yeah, Sam, he doesn't deserve it, blah blah blah, he does this, he does that. No, but it's all pain. If you can, the more pain you can endure, the harder you can work, the more you can believe in yourself and have a mentor. Everybody of you, I have a mentor for sales, I have a mentor for business, I have a mentor for dating, I have, or like coachings or mentors, coaching for sales, coaching for business, coaching for dating, my relationships. I have a coach for my fitness. And that's one thing I'm going to share. I'm on a mission to get into the best shape of my life ever, and it's going to be soon. I'm actually in quite great shape right now. We have 8 more weeks to go. It's going to be insane. The next 8 weeks, I'm going to get into the best shape of my life, and I'm going to prepare myself to go to 100K a month in income. And that are my goals. That are my goals for this year. And if you would have told me 2 years ago that I would be where I am, I would have not believed you. But you know what? You need to start investing in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, if you don't do anything different, nothing is going to change. You need to choose a skill. Choose what you're going to do. Sales, marketing. I don't give a fuck what it is. But do one thing and put all the cards on it. And use all the pain of failure, all the times you failed at something, use it and be like, you know what? This time I'm not going to fail. This time I'm going to work fucking 16 hours a day. You eliminate all choices. You spend all your money on that thing, so you don't have any money to spend. You don't have any money to distract yourself. You don't have any money to go to drinks. You don't have any money to go to bars. You don't have any money to go to restaurants. You don't have any money for movies, for Netflix, for fucking Amazon Prime. The only money, all your money is set in that one thing, and all you can do in that moment is fucking go in there and watch as much as possible. That's what I did. I spent all week long. I can share that story. This is going to be the last thing I'm going to share, is how I changed, okay? What I did, my regimen. I changed by doing this. 6 a.m. I go to the gym. I get my workout in. At 7 a.m. I'm out. 7:30 I'm in the office. My work starts at 9 a.m. So I'm at least 1 hour before everyone in the office. What am I doing? Watching sales training, learning, practicing, preparing myself for the day, saying myself, Sam, you're going to have the best day. You're going to crush it. You're going to have the best day ever. You're going to be the number one in the company. So then the day arrives, everybody comes late, everybody, you're like ready, you know, you just trained, you had your coffee, you just watch your sales training, you're ready. So then the day, you hustle as much as you can, day stops 5 p.m. Everybody goes home, not you. You know what I did? At 5 p.m. when everybody was leaving, what I did is I went into the toilet waiting till everybody left, or most people left, because most people rush out. But I didn't want anybody to ask me, why are you staying? So I hid in the fucking toilet, so I don't get any negativity thrown at me, because people hate for no reason, right? Oh, why are you still in the office? Why are you so early? Why do you like your job so much? Everybody knows that. If you're one of them, you have to change, man. Because I was one of them. I was one of the haters. Oh, why are you working so much? Oh, it doesn't matter anyways, man. Why do you like your job? Like a fucking pussy I was. And essentially I was threatened by the other person's engagement. So what I did, I went to the toilet, I sit in the toilet, came out, nearly everybody left, but then you know what I did? What do you do? You have no money, you have no time, you have a lot of time, no money. All your friends are going out drinking, partying, doing stupid stuff with their money, complaining that they don't earn enough. So what I did is I sit in the office from 5 p.m. to probably 9, 10 p.m. just studying sales. That's what I have to do. This, boom, boom, boom. I study, I work, and then I go home at 9 p.m. when it was dark. I went to the office when it was dark, and I go home when it's dark. And then I repeat the cycle, and next morning I go to the gym again. And that's what I did for half a year. In half a year, my whole life changed. I went from worst to best. Suddenly I was earning all kinds of money. I was proud of myself. I liked my job. I loved my job. I love my job still. I wish I could go back to the office and just have the energy and just be like, hey man, hey, how are you, you know? Like, that was so amazing. I hated it. I went from hating my job to loving my job. Why? Because I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to become the best at it. And if you're the best at anything, you know you like it. You don't like the stuff that you like. You like the stuff that you're good at. So, yeah, I then started my own company, moved to Mexico, and since then everything has changed. I use my sales skills daily. Josh, who's living here with me, he's a sales genius. We role play every day. Maybe we can record one role play and upload it to YouTube as well. Actually, that's a great idea. We're going to do that. And not only that, is everything has changed since then. That's now 1 year ago. I started to become self-employed 1 year ago, which is not a long time. In that 1 year, I lived in Mexico twice. I went to Spain. I went on a cruise ship. I'm going to Dubai this year. I'm going to Poland this year. I'm currently in Colombia. I went to Miami this year alone 5 times. Okay, 5 times to Miami. Why? I went to events to learn more, to earn more money and get better at my job. So when I go somewhere, I go there for business. So I went 5 times. I actually, funny story, I was at the customs in America, in Miami, and the guy looks at me and he's like, where are you coming from? Colombia? What are you doing here? I'm here to visit some friends. And he's like, but you know what? And he's like, oh, let me check something. And he's like, okay, let's look where you were this year. Okay, so you went to New York. You went to Las Vegas. Yes, I was in Las Vegas this year. I was in New York, just layover. I was in Las Vegas. You went from Mexico to Miami 3 times. Now you're coming back from Colombia the 2nd time. And in 10 days I go again. And he's like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you coming so often to Miami? And you know what I said to him, to America? You know what I said to him? Thank you for reminding me how often I come. Thank you. I forgot how many times I have been to America this year. How many times I've traveled. I have traveled from Mexico to Germany twice. I went from Germany, I went back to Germany, went to Colombia, went to Las Vegas, went to Miami, went on a cruise ship with my grandpa. My grandpa and me wanted to go to Dubai. We're going, end of the year, we're going to Dubai. So, like, I tell you one thing, money makes your life faster and it makes it better. But you have to continue investing in yourself. So 10 days I go to Miami for an event, 3 days. And I will fly with a helicopter of Grand Cardone I'm going to give $10,000 to charity, and I'm going to meet Grant Cardone at his house. His house is worth over $100 million. It's at the beach, private beach, private. Everything is like, it will be crazy. Only 20 people are going to be there, and I'm going to be one of them. I'm going to shake his hand. I'm going to tell him, you changed my life. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for what you have done. And all I can say is the future looks bright. To everyone, if you think about your future and it doesn't look way better than what it is right now, and you're not excited and you're like, man, I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. I'm going to have this amazing view. Look at this apartment. I have this is going on. Boom, boom, boom. I fly to Miami. Then I fly to Poland. Then I fly to Dubai. Then I do this. Then I do that. I'm not, that is all right now. I'm bragging. But I'm bragging after sharing how I got there. And I hope most people will understand that it took a lot of sacrifice and effort to do it. No way.